Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have the pleasure of reliving part of our past by revisiting some of the entertainment that appeared on the weekly Ed Sullivan Show. We're going to go way back to the time when many of you were still teenagers. Possibly some of you were just brand newlyweds, just starting to find your way in this new age of television. Ed Sullivan became the talent scout for the entire country. He introduced more than 10,000 performers during the 23 years we watched his show every Sunday night on CBS from 1948 through 1971. For the first 8 years, the show was titled The Toast of the Town. And whether your interests lie with opera, rock music, ballet, or Broadway showgirls, comedy, Chinese acrobats, or ventriloquists, one was sure to find it on the Ed Sullivan Show. Now, before bringing Ed out for our final curtain call, let's look at some of the trivia which was attached to his show. First, in 1964, 74 million households tuned in to watch the United States nationwide appearance of the Beatles. In 1963, Elvis appeared. If you remember, Elvis was only shown from the waist up. That was to avoid us being exposed to his gyrating hips. Times have changed, haven't they? Then when the Rolling Stones appeared in 1967, they were asked to change the lyrics of their hit song from "Let's spend the night together" to "Let's spend some time together." They agreed, and they were invited back in the same year. Ed, as you know, was often referred as the Great Stone Face. His lack of an apparent personality was strangely appealing and probably contributed to his great success. A female newspaper columnist once wrote, "He got where he is not by having a personality, but by having no personality. He is the commonest common denominator." Ed sent her a short note which read, "You bitch, sincerely, Ed Sullivan." So you could have heard Ed when he had a very hard personality when it suited him, but he also could be very soft. When dancer Bojangles died broke, Ed took it upon himself to pay for the entire funeral out of his own pocket. So, admire him, loathe him, or just tolerate him, I have the pleasure this evening to present Ed to do one more show for us. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Ed Sullivan.
Oh, Ed stepped on the card.
Ed had a stroke.
Good evening, folks. Tonight we have a really big
shoe.
I take it y'all have seen my shoe already.